Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to discuss about another very important topic for directives, that is structural directive. Okay, so in this session, we are going to discuss about the first structural directive, that is ngIf. So we will see what is ngIf, why do we need it, and what are those circumstances or scenarios where we are supposed to use ngIf. Along with that, we will also see what all modules we are supposed to import in order to use this ngIf. Okay, so to explain all these things, what I will do, I'll firstly explain you the requirement of the task, and then we will create one example where we will actually utilize some modules in order to use the structural directive ngIf. Okay, but before we proceed further, I just like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for time being, we are just mainly focusing on how to use ngIf. Okay, fine. So let's go and write some code and see the requirement first. So what I will do now, I'll go on my app.component.html file. Here I will print one message, and that message would be, let's say, h2. Okay, and heading. In this heading we will mention one thing, that is welcome to Sharmit, or whatever you think you would like to print here, so that we can put here. Okay, so let's add right here, welcome to Sharmit. Fine. So this is the heading which we have kept in this page. Now there is one requirement. Now let me run this application and show you the output. So ng serve -- open enter. So it will take few seconds, and then it will open the browser where we can verify the output. So let's see. In case if there is an error, it will show the error, but right now there is no error. So it opened the browser, and here you can see we are getting the output as welcome to Sharmit. Perfect. Okay, now there is a requirement that we want to print this message only in that case if user is logged in. In case if user is not logged in, we should not show this kind of message. Clear? So basically we just want to show this message only if the user is logged in into the system. So how to implement this thing? How we can write this thing in order that if a user is logged in, then only it will be visible, otherwise it won't be. Okay, so to implement this thing, what we will do, we will use one structural directive, that is ngIf. So can we directly use ngIf here? Like if I try to use here star ngIf, okay, let's keep it in the same way, ngIf, and then equal, and here maybe we can use any variable which will decide whether the user is logged in or not. So we'll write here is logged in. So will it work here? No. Why? If you take your mouse cursor here, you will see ngIf directive was used in the template, but neither the ngIf directive nor the common module was imported. Use Angular's built-in control flow at if, or make sure that either ngIf directive or common module is included in the component.imports array of this component ngtcs. Okay, so this is the message which we are getting here, that if you want to use the star ngIf, then make sure to import it in a file which is app.component.ts. Okay, so let me close this project for now. Let's save it. Okay, fine. So what we will do to fix this thing, we will go here app.component.ts file. Now in this app.component.ts file, you can see only one component is added. Okay, imported. So now what we will do, we will import another thing here, which is common module. Okay, so there is one module which we use in order to use the ngIf. So here I will write common module. So once you write here common module and press enter, you will see that this line is also added. Basically this line is importing the command module and then we are importing it here. Okay, so here you can see export all the basic Angular directives and pipes such as ngIf, ngForOf, decimal pipe and so on. Re-exported by browser module, which is included automatically in the root app module when you create the new app, the CLI new command. Okay, so basically what we did with this module, like we have this module will allow us to use all the basic functions, I would say. Okay, all the basic directives, like not function, directives, ngIf, ngForOf and likewise. Okay, so with this we have added this thing. Now you can simply save it and let's go to HTML again. So here you can see this error is removed now because this is included. Once module is imported, then it will not show any error, but this line is still showing error. Why? Because we have just defined this thing but we have not declared it in component.ts file. Okay, so to define this thing, you will again go to app.component.ts file. Here in the class we will define this variable. How? Just similar to this value, like is logged in equal true. Okay, now you can save it. Fine, now let's go again. Maybe we have made some spelling mistake, that's why it is still showing error. So let's paste it directly. Perfect. Now you can see .html file is okay and there is no error. Okay, that means this is ready. Now let's run the application again. ngserve -- open, enter. Again it will take few seconds and it will open the browser, and then we will see that output is coming. Why? Because this user is logged in. How? We are deciding it with the help of that variable that we have declared. So you can see we are getting this message, welcome to Sharmit. Okay, so basically it is checking this value if it is true. Why? Because here we have specified the condition if ngIf is logged in. We have not put anything like it is true or false. If you are providing only variable, so what it will do, it will check if it is true, it will show. If it is false, it will not show. So let's verify this thing also. So we will go app.component.ts file. Here instead of true we will write here false. Now you can save it. So once you save it and go to browser, you will see that there is no text written as a heading, but you can see in HTML5 it is there. Why it is not coming? Because this time it is false and we are just checking is logged in, so it is not logged in. Okay, because this variable holds false value, so if it is false it will not show this message. But in case if it is true, which we saw earlier, right, so in that case it will show the message. Okay, so this is the one thing. Now another question is, can we directly check the value instead of writing this variable name? Like if I want to check whether it is true or false, so what you can do, you can simply put double equal and here you can put true. So what like this will tell, it will tell the browser if is logged in equal true, then only show this message. So let's make it true for now. Okay, here you will write true and you will see that message is coming. Why? Because this time this condition is true. This is satisfied condition. Is logged in is true. Likewise, if you make it like false, so what will happen, it will be shown this message will be populated only when the text, when this variable is false. So this is reverse condition. Okay, so if I make it as false, in that case it will be printed. Okay, so don't get confused between these things. Like this is very simple and basic if part, where we are just checking if the condition is true, we are printing the message. If condition is false, we are just simply skipping it. Okay, now as I mentioned, like we are going to discuss each and everything from scratch and in a very simple way. So that's why we are just covering only the if part here. In the next session we will also discuss about the if else condition, like how we can use if else. Meanwhile, what you can do some practice on it. Currently we are checking it through boolean variable, right? So you can also try with some other variables like string or number and just try if it is working as expected. If you have any queries or question, you can simply put it in a comment section so that I can try to help you there. Okay, And from next session, like, we will take this sessions series forward, and we will discuss few more important topics of Angular directives. Okay, so yeah, I hope this session is clear to all of you. See you in the next session. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.